Hello and welcome to this episode of Coach's Corner. This podcast is where we talk all things deep into the world of health, fitness, business and mindset with people excelling in their game. My name is Sam Eames and this is episode 16. Today's guest proves that stepping out of the ring doesn't mean leaving the fight behind. He turned his experience as a fighter into one-round wars, a fast one-round platform, redefining combat sports and sparking important talks about resilience and men's mental health. What started as an idea to give fighters a new stage has grown into a movement, giving athletes and everyday people a chance to test themselves and face their fears. This message from this conversation isn't just about fighting, it's about picking yourself up after the crowd goes home and betting on your own vision when no one else sees it. Welcome to my guest today, Ryan Mitchem.
How's it going, mate?
Good, man.
Thanks for having me on. That's a great intro.
Thanks for coming in. You like that?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So we'll jump straight into it. Before your fight career, who were you, how old were you, and where were you at with life?
Well, before my fight career, I was always a scared little boy. So since my dad left, my dad left when I was about 10. Brother was about 12. He got into crime and stuff when my dad left. I was always doing sports and stuff, but my brother was always he was a man early. He used to pick on me and stuff and just get picked on at school. So I was always like a scared little timid boy.
What's your age difference?
18 months.
Okay, yeah.
But he was a man early and I was like a boy for a long time, if that makes sense. Yeah, he just he loved me obviously, but he used to pick on me a lot, used to scam me, used to really give it to me, but he got into drugs early and stuff like that. So he used to I'd sometimes have to sit at home at the park until mum got home from work because I was too scared to go home because he used to beat me up to System of the Down. Yeah, on drugs, you know. Yeah. When he was 14, I was 12. So, so I was a scared little boy. Did martial arts videos, like your old Rocky movies, and I'd hit the bag with the gloves on and stuff, and I'd watch like Jet Li and stuff like that, and I even got banned from Power Rangers and what was the other one, Ninja Turtles, because it used to make me hyper. I used to do kicks and shit. Yeah. Mum used to ban me from it. But yeah, scared little boy until I decided to try Muay Thai. It was that Impact Muay Thai with Jim Lay, and I met my mate Stephen Richards there, Jason Appleton, and as soon as I started training, didn't get picked on anymore.
Fell in love with it.
Yeah, fell in love with the competition side of it and just keep showing up, and then I felt a bit more comfortable in my skin where I wasn't looking over my shoulder a lot, and that's where it started, and it kind of kept me on the straight and narrow. Yeah,
cool. Obviously with the discipline as well. So you've spent most of your life in the ring. When was your first time you stepped into the cage or ring, and how old were you, and what happened?
I was 16, and it was Muay Thai. I was only training 3 times a week. I was actually training in Burpengary here near the IGA. There was a little centre here. Okay. Training 3 times a week, and I was like, I'll have a fight. Definitely wasn't training hard enough. They put the wraps on. I walked out and I channeled all the anger and hate I had for a lot of things in my life. Come out, made the biggest mistake ever. Went 100 miles an hour. Dropped the guy, split his nose open, bashed him, and then absolutely gassed. Spent the next 2 rounds, felt like I went for hours, and then he beat me up. The guy was training 10 times a week, and I was training 3 times a week. And I was like, oh wow! I felt like I went for a year.
Was that boxing or Muay Thai?
Muay Thai. That was Muay Thai.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, I just decided to pick it up a bit more and train more because I didn't want to get bashed again.
Were you playing any other sports at the time, or was it just purely fighting?
I did everything. So I played AFL from a young age, but played 2 years up because my dad wanted me to play AFL, but I wasn't really. I loved it, but I didn't want to be the best at it. I wanted to have fun. So he made me play 2 years up, and then if I'd miss a goal, he would make me kick for goals after the game. It used to piss me off because I was having fun, And he didn't like martial arts. But then when he left, I'd always was like, there was something about martial arts that I really wanted to do. So then I pursued martial arts. Played rugby league, rugby union for school, played basketball. Pretty much my whole schooling life was sports. I didn't want to do school. Not good at reading. I'm terrible at spelling. Good at maths, and then went to high school, and I was like, why am I going to learn algebra? And they couldn't explain why I should learn algebra, so I went to dumb maths and would do a whole booklet in 2 days, and then I wouldn't have to do anything for a month, and then I'd just play sports.
So your outlet was sport, really?
It was always sports. Sports training made me feel better. So
that's good, man. What's the biggest misconception about fighters?
That they're all tough dickheads, if that's what you mean. Like, you think that the big and angry people, most of the time, the most humble, nicest people, because we're getting tested every week.
Yep.
We don't need to be assholes. We don't need to be tough. We've got nothing to prove. We're getting humbled all the time.
Yep.
So most fighters aren't angry, crazy people.
Especially when they have that stress outlet of a physical sport. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there is some angry people in martial arts, there definitely is, but most of them are really nice, loving people.
Yep. Yep.
And never judge a book by its cover.
No, definitely not.
You can never tell. There's the nerdiest, skinniest looking dudes that can kick your ass.
Yeah.
Usually the big tattooed guys with muscles, not intimidating to me. More like an AFL professional athlete looking person scares me, because if you can't stop them, they're super fit, super disciplined. They're scary dudes.
Yeah, definitely. So looking back, was fighting about proving something or finding something?
Making me feel safe, I think.
Yeah.
I just wanted to feel safe, and I wanted to be able to help people around me, because I felt there was just so much drama and wouldn't say super danger, but I just hated violence around me and stuff like that, and I couldn't do anything about it to protect people.
Yeah. So talking to fighters and ex-fighters, they say if you're not all in, you have to be out. When did you know it was time to stop fighting?
Well, I wanted to have a kid, so I haven't had it yet, but my goal was to keep fighting until I'm 35, and once I'm 35, I want to start trying to have a family. And I know so many people can't stop fighting, and I knew once I decided to have a kid, I don't want to risk damaging my brain. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I've seen a lot of people that retired from fighting come back, and then they're not well. Even, let's just say John Wayne Pardnoff, you know him, he's a Muay Thai fighter. I went to 15 of his retirement fights before I moved to Melbourne 20 years ago, and he still fights. He's just stopped fighting now, but they just can't give it up.
It's hard, yeah.
It's so hard because they've been known. Same with professional football players. It's so hard to give up what you've done for so long, and then they're not getting that dopamine hit of, there's no better feeling than fighting in front of a crowd when people are yelling your name. Nothing compares, and then you're done with it now. What can you do? So a lot of people go to drugs and alcohol, or they just drag themselves back to fighting again, and they can't stop.
It's hard to get away. For me, my sport was always a huge part of my identity as well. I feel it shaped how people saw me and how I saw myself. And when it came time to step away, I felt a bit unsure who I'd be without it. Was there a fear for you losing who you were when you stopped?
No, because I was never really wanted to be a world champion or anything like that. I just loved competing.
Yeah.
And I haven't stopped training.
Yeah.
So I've just
gone
from
train and,
I'm still competing in jiu-jitsu. I'm just not getting punched in the face.
Yep.
So I will be in martial arts forever, and I'll always train every day, and I'm always trying to better myself. So now I've just channeled all that competing stuff into jiu-jitsu, where you can never finish it. So there's always new skills to learn. So I will never stop wanting to learn and better myself. And jiu-jitsu is the kind of safer way to doing it. I know you can get your knee ripped and your neck broken and your arm broken, but you can tap. You're not getting damage to the
Did you compete
brain.
on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some.
I did that flying dast.
Yeah,
So, I
rewatched that a couple of times.
Yeah. That was Sunday. Yeah, so I just put my hand up, 5 days notice. Like, all my mates like, I'm competing on the week. I'm like, where? I'm like, I'll do it as well. I haven't competed in jiu-jitsu in 8 years. And did all right, come third.
Okay.
Had fun though. I didn't compete to be the best. I said I just want to do it to get used to competing in jiu-jitsu and have fun. I won the first match, choked the guy unconscious. Second match, I was winning, and then the guy spun at a heel hook, and I'm like tapped, didn't want my knee to snap. Yeah. And then I versed the best guy last, and I didn't realise he was the best guy, and I didn't feel like I had worked out hard enough, so I just laid down and let him start on top of me. Bad mistake. Spent the whole 5 minutes trying to get him off me, and then I got him in a choke. 5 seconds to go, and then I had to let go. So he won.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
But it was fun. I had a great experience.
Yeah, that's good. You didn't walk away injured or anything?
No. It was good. I trained the next morning.
So after your last fights, do you want to talk about your last fight a little bit? Because I think that's when I kind of started following your story, when you were training here every day.
My MMA one or my boxing one?
Boxing one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my last boxing fight, so I was training for a Queensland title against a guy that used to train upstairs with that Body Shot Boxing. Mm-hmm. He said he'd fight me, but then so I'm like, yep, sign the contract to fight, and then he never signed the contract. I think he wanted a easier fight. See, I'm the guy that they call when no one wants to fight him or someone pulls out, but this time I got a training camp. I already sparred a dude before, and I was very confident I was going to win that fight, and then he chose to fight a dude that was highly ranked than me anyway, so he deserved to fight that dude anyway, but that fight got canned. I was very upset and I was fit. And then I sparred Dylan Biggs straight after the fight was off because he was training for Nikita Zook. And then his opponent pulled out. So I put my hand up and like, I'll fight him. Had a bit of a sore shoulder at the time, but I just was swapping in fresh against him. I did all right, but like he struggled a bit on distance with me. So I thought I'll fight him and I'll box him long, and I've got a chance to, beat the best in Australia on a 8 days notice as well on the main event in Foxtel.
Yeah, okay.
So I put my hand up, and then I had that feeling where it's like, all right, this time I was called up last minute, but I was super fit because I was already training for a title fight. Yeah. So I was like, I'm in the fittest point of my life. This is where being brave and stepping up, it's going to change my life. This is the moment I'm going to change my life. I've lost a lot of fights, but I'm super fit, super disciplined. It's the best shape of my life. And then, got into the fight, felt calm, relaxed. Hit him with a big shot, moved, stayed long. He was struggling to get to me. And then the second punch, he stepped into it and I broke my hand in 3 places. And then I was like, oh, the game plan's out the window. My hand was in so much pain. I'm like, stuff it. He was a big puncher. I didn't want to stand in front of him. I said, stuff it. Just went toe-to-toe to him in the pocket, swinging as hard as I could to try to knock him out because I knew I wouldn't be able to box 10 rounds with a broken hand. Yeah. And he stopped me. Yeah. And then it goes that little moment again. But, I'm still proud of it. Like it is what it is.
Yeah. So you had a plan for what you wanted to do afterwards, which transitions us into your next project, which is One Round Wars. Can you explain One Round Wars in your own words and what makes it different?
What makes it different? Okay, well, it's not just about the fighting, it's about the message. So because it helped me so much when I was younger, training for something and having goals and stuff like that, keep me on the straight and narrow. It's about speaking up. So I had a lot of trauma growing up with my dad leaving. My brother was in our jail. He died. My mum died of cancer. It just always kept me going. If I didn't have something I was building or working towards, I'd ride myself off. Yeah. So I thought, why don't I use entertainment with a good message to help people, get off the couch and get healthy and fit, and to speak up. Yeah. So, and why I made a pit, not a ring or a cage, is because every show I've supported a lot of fighting and boxing is everywhere you sit, if you buy a table, there is a post or a pole in your way, and it does my bloody head in. If you spend good money to watch your boy fight or whatever, and there's a post in the way. So the pit, the highest point's 800 high. Everywhere you sit, you can see the whole thing. So there's nothing in the way.
Mm-hmm. Can you, for anyone that hasn't seen, and we'll put up some videos and stuff, but can you kind of explain what the pit actually looks like?
Okay, hard to explain for me, but it's 4 by 4 meters, like the ground, and then you think of it as like a piece of cake. So it's an angle from the ground. They can see me there. Yeah. It goes up. Actually, I'll go this way. So from the ground, so it's 4 by 4, and then it's like a cheesecake. Goes up like that and down. So if you fall back, you land on jiu-jitsu mats. Mm-hmm. And the highest point's 800 high. So it's also, when I was fighting MMA, if I get hit and then I hit my back or head on the post, it hurts. Yeah. Or my back would get grazed up on the steel on the cage. In a ring, you can fall out and hurt yourself. So this thing is, if you fall, get hit and dropped, and you land back on that, you're not falling so far to hurt your head. Yep. So it's a lot safer. Yeah, that's good. It's safer, smarter, and less dangerous. And also 1 round. So, also a lot of people now have short attention spans. So that's why I've made it 1 round wars. So like you can spin the wheel, see how long you fight, but the first show was 1 minute rounds, but we're doing minimum 1 minute 30 because we're getting close to the really good bit of the fight, around 45 seconds.
I'll watch the whole thing on
and you're like, I should have been an extra 30 seconds. So we're doing a minute 30 now.
Yeah. And do you feel like it will then help those bigger people, the heavyweights to do come in, they just want to knock them out? It makes them strategize a little bit more.
Yes, especially if you spin the wheel, because a minute 30, most people could probably throw down a minute their hardest and start before they get tired. But like any longer than a minute and a half, 2 minutes, you're gonna gas, and then you have to be like, okay, let's block a little bit, do burst fighting. There's strategy involved in it. Yeah. But the other thing is, most people that have their first fight and they've never fought, their adrenaline's through the roof. So they go 100 miles an hour and they do all right the first round, but then time the second round, they're gone. They're absolutely mentally
gassed.
drained. So I'm trying to keep it as one round so they can just go all in.
Yep. No.
They don't have to, swing haymakers. They can strategize,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure you've had lots of feedback, but yeah, I found that 60 seconds, it was just when people kind of either just gassed themselves because they went too hard for the first 20 seseconds.
Yeah.
And as you said, the adrenaline wears off.
Yeah.
And then, the fight was just getting good. And then,
it
kind
had
of
to get stopped.
had to end. Yeah.
It's trial and error.
That's it. Yeah. What's your first one? So, yeah.
But I had so much good feedback from all the people that never fought before as well. They're just like, it's like they're getting to fight on like a pro card, even though it's not a pro card. Like amateur shows are like so like tamed and you got headgear on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is the atmosphere and experience on fighting in a pit in front of everyone. No headgear. You can't explain it unless you do it.
No, exactly. Have you had much negative feedback about it?
Just about not getting enough alcohol served. So,
Okay, yeah.
So the venue lady, I told her she needed some pop-up bars and stuff like that because people can drink on these shows. And she's like, I'll sort it. And she didn't. And then people were lining up and missing fights because the lines were so big. They sold out alcohol 3 times.
Okay. Yeah, wow.
Now the next venue's already they'll have 6 bars there. So that's solved.
Yeah.
There were some issues with getting into the venue. So the ticket place we used, online tickets, there was only one login. So there was 3 lots of those pit side, VIPs and generals. And I wanted something to scan in on both, but we could only use one. So it kind of slowed it in. There's a lot of things you got to work on, but first show.
How many tickets were they?
Over 500 sold. I sold out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
And this time I'm doing getting the venue booked. Should have it booked by Sunday. Going sponsorships first, then selling it to the public because I cut myself short.
Okay.
But it's all learning.
Yeah, that's it. So why did you decide to connect fighting with mental health?
Because I've always struggled with mental health before. Actually, Justin, the owner of this gym, actually put me onto them as well, and thought it was a perfect idea. I just wasn't sure who to go with, and he introduced me to Bray Brothers. And as soon as I met him, I knew he will do good for the community. And it's all about suicide prevention and getting the right help and noticing, because you sometimes notice people, your friends, and something's off on them, and you just don't know how to help them. So it's all about that.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I'm really good at speaking. I'm very honest about myself and my past. So I'm showing that, it's not weak to speak. And I want more people to tell us your story. Yeah. You're not alone. There's a lot of people with trauma. It doesn't mean, yes, you can go down some bad path, but it's still up to you to do the right thing.
Exactly. And it probably helps people become more relevant. If they can relate to you, then it's going to be
but
so
they
beneficial.
feel like they're not alone then.
Yeah.
And some people in their own perspective feel like they're the only ones that have gone through some hard times. In their perspective, they have.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that have gone through hard stuff. So, and I'm all about bringing communities together. Anywhere I go, I want to bring the communities together. There's too much divide and conquer.
Yeah.
So, like, one of my mates was like, let's do north side versus south side. No, we're not doing that. Everywhere I go, I'm bringing the communities together. Everyone's got some trauma, and everyone's, we need to help people. So that's what it's all about too. Bringing the communities together, having a fight, getting healthy. It's not all about who's the best fighter. Doesn't bother me. I will do a 16-man comp for the people that want to be the best fighter, but they won't be they'll actually be people that have had fights before.
Yeah. Not just someone that's just
been
on the
getting
bag
off the
bit.
couch, and just throw them down because they'll be fighting on 4. So it gives them a platform, and it gives them people to be able to reach out. So you tell your story, and then we kind of know you a bit, and then let's say you stop posting for a while, someone's going to reach out to you. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. You kind of touched on it before, but why does one round make more fights more intense and more unpredictable?
The time frame,
Yep.
the pit, and also I can change the rules all the time I want. We're not just set up boxing. So there's no standing 8 counts in my pit.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to train the refs up a little bit because it was their first time, so it was hard. So what happens if you get hit and dropped, you're allowed to hit them while they're on the ground. You're not allowed to mount them like jiu-jitsu, but you're allowed to keep hitting them until we stop it. We don't want standing 8 counts where you get time to recover your brain.
Mm-hmm.
If you get dropped and you get hit a couple, we're just going to stop it.
Yep.
But it needs to be realistic. Most times if you get in a fight outside, you get hit and you fall on the ground, you need to get up straight away. You need to get away, or you need to roll, you need to tie them up because you're going to get belted. Mm-hmm. So we want to make it most realistic as possible that you're in a fight.
Mm-hmm. What was the gap did you see in combat sports that this fills?
Just also it's just so much mismatches. It kills me, absolutely kills me. So the mismatches where people are just fighting bums that really they can't even lose against is not possible. Like people will fly down Thailanders where they're not even, the Thailanders are not even allowed to win in the boxing match. It just kills me.
Yeah, okay.
Also the judging, there's so much corrupt judging. It kills me. Become a professional judge because Sarah Dwyer was fighting Taylor Harris. Taylor Harris is an AFL superstar from Carlton in Melbourne. And I helped corner Sarah from Perth because she was from Perth and I knew someone from Perth. And we won 7 of the 8 rounds and they got given a draw because she brought the media crew there. It wasn't Taylor's fault, but it's so corrupt. Yeah. So I became a judge, taught a girlfriend how to become a judge, and then I still couldn't change it. So there's no judging in my one-round wars.
Is it up to the ref? Or
it's up to the ref and Mia from there.
Yeah.
But if there's no clear winner where if you are both landing significant strikes, there's usually can tell there's a clear winner. If there's no clear winner, it's close. It's a draw. There's no hard feelings. It's a draw, shake hands and walk off.
Yeah, it's not about winning, as you said before. It's about the message.
It's the message and stepping out of your comfort zone.
Because I think it ended up being the fight of the night, I think. I was watching that and I was like, man, I said to my partner, I was like, fuck, I reckon that was fight of the night.
Girls.
Yeah. And then there was definitely no winner, and it was probably one of the most entertaining fights as well.
They both
hugged afterwards.
And it was amazing. And it was even a girl called Stacey. She fought, and she was in pink, and she dropped the girl. Instead of hitting her on the ground, she gave her a hug, picked her up. It was so good, man. It gave me tingles. It's like she doesn't want to hurt people, but it was such a good thing. But them girls did good. Actually, one of them girls, her date committed suicide, and the other lady actually sponsored my show 3 days before and then got fight of the night. And now she said she hasn't felt so good since she was 13 years old, and now she's training again. She's going to train for the next fight. She feel the healthiest mentally and physically she ever had in her life.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Just having that experience. It's the experience, for people who haven't fought before.
Definitely, yeah. Who was the first person you pitched the idea to, and what was their reaction?
Caston, my best mate, Caston Anderson.
Yeah.
Me and him did a sports recovery centre in Melbourne, and I met him because I was doing jiu-jitsu at a gym, and actually we used to train with his coach, and his coach was like, oh, you used to be a striker? I'm like, yeah. Can you spar our best kickboxer because there's no one in the gym that you can't beat? I'm like, yeah. So sparred his best dude, and Caston was there helping cornering, and didn't really said hello to him, didn't really meet him, and up beating up that dude in sparring. Yeah. And then we had a jiu-jitsu competition at Pampax, and I Wim Hofed in the car, and then I seen him Wim Hofing with his coach. I was like, oh. So I started talking to him, and the next minute we're in Thailand together, then started doing ice bath and opener recovery. Then we just clicked. Yep. We're best mates. He's really autistic, and I'm really ADHD to the max, so it's like he can see all the possibilities, but he takes slow in action, and I'm like, action. Yeah. So we're like good mates. And he's like the first person that's really believed in me. So anything I've said I'm going to do, he's like all in with me.
Yep.
So it's good to have someone that believes in you more than anyone else.
Definitely. You did an amazing job marketing and promoting it. And watching your daily updates on socials, on the ring and the event night details, it really came down to the last day for the total completion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the Thursday or the Friday you just finished it up, or?
What, the marketing or?
No, the completion of the ring.
Oh, the pit. It's a pit.
Sorry, the pit.
Yeah. No. We had it done like probably a week and a half before. We probably had it done a month before, but the biggest stress for the pit was we had to get an engineer for the insurance to sign off on it. And you don't need an engineer to sign off on a ring or a cage. So it took us forever to find an engineer. We ended up finding an architect to find me the engineer that signed off, and it cost me $3,500 for him just to come out and have a look at it. Yeah. And then he had to change things on it for him to sign off on it. So then we had finished it a month earlier, but then he come in and said, no, we need more poles and this there so I can sign off it. So then we had to do that. Then he signed off it. And then we got the insurance like 2 weeks out.
Yeah, okay. That's one of the cons why it's so unique
as well. It killed me. This time at least it's built. That's like the biggest stress is done.
Yep.
So, yeah. That was very hard. Yeah, the pit was hard.
Was that one of the biggest challenges in getting one-round wars off the ground?
The pit, yeah. I can't build. Caston can build anything, but like I started to go with him to Bunnings and all that stuff, but I'm not good at helping at building things. It's not my skill. No. My skill is networking and bringing people together. Yep. So, but yes, that was the biggest stress, was that. And finding a venue. Finding a venue is hard, especially, and then making sure everything's right before you do it. Like I was doing 17-hour days with 2-3 hours sleep multiple days, and even till like until the Monday, the day after everyone left.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I can relax now.
Yeah.
It was exhausting.
No, couldn't imagine. How many fights were there?
34, but a couple of people fought twice.
Because people didn't turn up.
15 people didn't turn up. So I'm going to change. Well, so what I'm going to do now is, because so many people want to fight, but especially if they haven't fought before, last week they get nervous and they don't reply or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them, ask for a $50 deposit.
Yep.
Do a video, make sure you're accountable. So once you do a video or post you're fighting, it's harder to pull out. Unless you're sick or something, that's fine. I've got no issues with that. But if you don't show up on the day, that $50 is going to go towards men's mental health as a donation. If you do rock up, you'll get your $50 back up for fighting.
Yep. That's awesome.
Because, you know, it's hard. You have to talk to them, get them to sign waivers, doctors sign waivers and stuff, and done all the work, and the last minute no one's there. You try to match them, you can't match them.
Yeah.
So you had pre-match ups, and then we had to just change it all on the day.
You need that accountability.
Oh, so you need accountability. Yeah. So I'm trying to get people to do videos if they want to fight. If you can't talk on a video because it's hard, I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
You can do a post saying you're fighting with a photo of yourself. And you can write it. You don't have to do a video.
Yeah. What does it mean when the fighters share their why before stepping in?
Oh, I get goosebumps, absolute goosebumps. I just feel like it's the perfect thing. It's like my passion is like fighting and stuff, and to help people.
Yeah.
And it's just the perfect storm. It just gives me goosebumps that it's helped them, and that, you know, they're not alone. You know,
Yeah.
so, and it's so good to see that people are getting out of their comfort zone and fighting, even if they've had a really traumatic life, and they're getting out of that cycle of repeated cycle. So it means a lot to me. Do
you think fighting can actually help men process or face their fears?
Definitely.
Yep.
What's more scary than walking out? Have you fought before?
No.
Okay.
No.
What's more scarier than walking out in front of a crowd on a live stream where a million people could watch you, and you fighting, you know?
Yes.
If you can do that, you can nearly do anything.
I think for me, it'd be more the like having a purpose. I think having a purpose has always been so paramount for a lot of people as well. And then having that accountability as well. So if you're working towards something, you know, just straight and narrow, whether it's trying to get an event up off the ground or training for something, to me, that's the main piece of advice I give to especially young men that might be a little bit lost around that 20, whatever it is, whatever age it is. Yep. You need to find that purpose in life and work towards it. And that purpose isn't going to be there till the day you die. No, that's going to keep changing. You've got to change that path and reevaluate and go
If
again.
I'm not building something or working towards something, I kind of lose the fight a bit. So like, I have to be doing something.
How do you get fighters to trust a new platform?
How do I get fighters to trust in my platform? They trust in me. So most people that ever meet me or have a phone call with me, they feel like they can trust me. Like I've got this, I would call it a gift that people feel comfortable around me and they feel like they've known me a long time. Yeah. And I'm a good person. So
I guess that kind of touches on you being relatable as well for a lot of people.
And I'm real. I'm not fake. Like I share everything. You know, like I'll post stuff on the weekend, even if I'm drinking or anything. I'm honest about anything. And I'm me. People crave people that are real. There's so much fake shit going on that kills me. You know, and like even some of my friends do fake stuff. I'm like, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it for likes? What are you doing? Like be yourself. You know, the right people will come in your life.
Definitely.
So I'm just being myself.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the main event as well. How did you manage to get Callum Von Moger to fight?
Okay, so, I had a sports recovery centre in Melbourne, so RK Recovery, Cryotherapy, Hyperbaric Chambers. And I had a mate, not a mate, didn't meet him. He was a customer first, and his name was Adam Rochester. We ended up becoming real close mates, and that's one of his best mates. So I called him up and asked, hey mate, you're in Geelong. Can you come up and fight? I held pads for him a few times. Never had a fight, but he's like a super athlete. Like he can do flips on motorbikes and he's a bodybuilder. Like he can jump and dunk. He's like one of these super freaks. I'm like, can you fight on my show for men's mental health? I know he'd been through some struggles with, his missus lost a baby and he had some issues with his ex-partner with a kid and stuff like that. So he's gone through some mental struggles himself. Mm-hmm. So I knew he would support the cause. And he goes, I've hurt my shoulder at the moment, but I can get you someone better. Who's better than Adam Rochester? And then his mate Callum Von Moger called me and he goes, I love what you're doing. I'm going to fly down and support your show. But then he's seen my video about what happened with my life and he goes, man, I'm going to come down and fight. So he obviously was Mr. Universe and had a brother he used to train with and stuff, and then he tore his knee apart, and then they, lost the plot a bit for a while, got into drugs. His brother committed suicide. And then he was always known, like he even played Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. He was always known for that, Mr. Universe. And then he couldn't do it anymore. So he lost his purpose. Yeah. So he was in this lost land of didn't know what he wanted to do. Spoke to him on the phone. Me and him got like goosebumps. I was nearly both in tears. I've never met him before. Yeah. Just talking. He was in Thailand at the time because he lives in Thailand in Geelong. Okay. And then, we just connected, and he's like, I'm going to fly down and fight. And that's pretty much what happened. He flew down to fight, and then he messaged me after it. Like I rang him to World's Gym, and he was the most lovely, humblest guy.
He was.
Still a bit lost, like because he doesn't have a purpose. It's all about purpose because he was the best in the world at something. And then he messaged me after the fight, after he went and goes, "This is the first time in years that I felt like I had a purpose again. Thank you so much. Yep. And I'm going to be part of your next one." And I spoke to him the other day, and he said he's flying down.
The perfect
flying
face.
down in December. And I said, "You don't even need to fight. Just come watch." But he wants to fight again because it was kept him on the straight and narrow for training for something. And he thanked me for teaching him how to throw a few punches. I didn't teach him much, but taught him how to. We Wim Hofed before he walked out to calm him down because he was nervous. He's human. We all get nervous. Yep. And then he performed. He came out a bit sloppy first, and then he heard me say uppercuts, and that was the game plan, uppercuts, because the guy was short. Yeah. As soon as he started landing the uppercuts, he stopped it.
He got him. Yeah.
Got him good.
Who was the other guy as well?
Adam Rochester.
No, it was he. That wasn't who he fought.
Landing. Landing. I can't say his last name, but he was an influencer from the Gold Coast. He usually sits on about 100 kilos, but he was dropping weight for a comp.
He was doing a show as well.
2 weeks afterwards. So that's why he was like, he might have even been 10 kilos lighter than him at the time. But he told me, it doesn't matter. He usually sits at that weight. I said, well, he's about 95 kilos. He's happy with that. Yeah. And he was awesome. Like, but he got beaten up. He had black eyes. He had a bit. Callum accidentally hit him with an elbow, but it wasn't deliberate. And he got a boxer's fracture in his wrist too. So like he done it tough, told him if he wants to fight in the next show, we'll fight him against someone his own size. And Callum, I said, we're not fighting anyone's. Callum wanted to fight someone his own size, but we picked the person who had the most followers so we can spread the message more. Yep. And he did great. That guy jumped out and he entertained. He came out, did a flip, and he was a good dude. And he was an awesome dude, and I gave him a pair of gloves for helping out. And he did get a little hurt, but that's fighting.
Have you seen how he went in the show?
No, he didn't post about it. So I will give him a call. I thought I'd give him some rest because I did check up on him 3 days later because I'd seen his video just to make sure he's all right. Yeah. And he was in good spirits. Yeah. He was in good spirits. So, you know what? And it was a big opportunity for him as well. What happens if he beat Callum von Moga? Who can say they had a fight with Mr. Universe and you're a bodybuilder yourself?
Exactly.
That's great for your network as well.
100%. What surprised you about running your own fight promotion?
What surprises me? I don't think there's much that surprises me, to be honest. It's a lot to figure out. It's stressful, obviously, but because I've been around the fight game for 20 years, I was a judge. My coach Sam LeBruno used to run shows, so I used to help him, but I never used to do everything. I used to do little things in it, in corner and stuff. Yeah. Not much surprises me, so it's just finding the right people to work with for the right reasons is the hard thing. If people reach out and you think they're good people and really they just want
exterior motives,
they've got their different motives, and I'm all about trusting people's energy and giving people a go, but you can soon find out quickly what the person's like. I only want to work with people that have got big hearts and that believe in the cause. Like I'm not about money, I'm about time and purpose. So
definitely,
I'm only working 1 day a week at the moment, just enough to get by, so I can work on this business.
Big difference compared to what you were doing.
I can work 2-3 times a day. I can do heaps of things, but mine's all about purpose and spending time doing what I want to do. I like to train, so I'm training every day. I'm blessed that I'm healthy. So health is the real wealth.
Definitely. So what's next with the expansion? You touched on like new rules as well, bigger venues.
Yeah, so this next venue, I haven't locked it in, but it's most likely going to be Sunshine Coast. I should be able to fit minimum 600, probably 700. Also, it's got like an upstairs kind of bit, so it can look down like a coliseum.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
It's awesome for atmosphere when you fight at a place where there's downstairs and upstairs. So it's like you feel like in like some sort of coliseum where it's good energy.
Yep.
It's all about the vibe. Different rules. We're gonna have. I want to go first time fighters. I want to have. So the first time fighters will have their 16-ounce gloves, or everyone can choose to have the big gloves. They're like sparring gloves. A lot of people got hit, but they didn't really get marked up. You can still get dropped and hurt, but not like marked up, like cut. Then there's 12-ounce gloves for more of the tougher dudes. They're still not fight gloves. Fight gloves are 10 for boxing. And then we're doing a 16-man comp for 4-ounce gloves. So they'll have to fight 3 times to win the title, like a 85 to 95 kilo tough man comp.
Nice.
So they'll fight 3 times 1.5 minutes to win the title. And they'll get a prize as well. And then I want to do
belt? Are you making a belt for
I'm
it?
going to make a belt for
cool.
them and give them a cash prize. It won't be heaps because it's obviously for a charity. I'm not making money yet, but I will. The more money I make and stuff like that, it's going towards charity. But it's about expanding the show and getting more eyes on it. So, and there will be hybrid fights. So when I was competing at jiu-jitsu on the weekend, actually, I got slapped in the face 3 times because I do collar ties where it's kind of slapping your face, but they're trying to grab your neck. But it's kind of like a fine line of they're kind of trying to bit slap you. So I was like thinking while I was coming, I'm like, I could punch you in the face, you're slapping me, but we're doing jiu-jitsu. Then I was like, they do combat jiu-jitsu down in Melbourne where you can not allowed to hit standing up, but as soon as you take them down, you can slap them while you're doing jiu-jitsu, because a lot of it's not all, but some jiu-jitsu dudes haven't been hit or slapped and stuff. It's so hard to relax when someone's trying to hit you in the face. So I'm going to do a hybrid jiu-jitsu thing where it's like you can slap standing up as well and take down submit.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that as well.
Yeah, wow.
I might do a thing where it's a boxer versus a kickboxer or a jiu-jitsu dude versus a boxer.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it open.
Yeah.
But the main thing will be mostly people fighting for their men's mental health and the
Yeah.
16-man comp, and then we're just going to add different things in it. I can do anything.
Well, like a lot of it will be,
It's all entertaining.
like anything, will be trial and error. You know,
Trial
just
and
trying
error.
to figure out
And
what
we'll
works.
see what works and what doesn't work.
And it'll probably keep it engaging for a lot of people as well. Like,
And the different demographics of different
Yeah.
people. So a lot of the people that never fought before, they bring in their families and stuff because they haven't fought before. And then there's the fighters. Sometimes fighters don't bring anyone. They don't need to, but they can fight. And
Yeah.
I don't expect people to sell seats or anything. It doesn't cost you anything to fight on my show. You'll do a deposit and you'll get it back in your fight. A lot of amateur shows, and even on the weekend at jiu-jitsu, I paid $120 to compete. That's a lot of money to compete for my health when it's like, you're the show.
yeah, exactly.
So I'm not charging amateurs or anyone to fight. It costs you nothing. You know,
Just the deposit. And
just the
accountability.
deposit. And if you don't come, it goes towards the charity, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like someone's wasted their time
Yeah.
helping you out. So
No, that's cool, man. So, with your vision, where is One Round Wars in 3 years from now?
In every state. So hopefully by then I will do it. I'll have every state. So the issue is Queensland, there's no governing board, so it's good I could start here. I didn't have to get a promoter's license and stuff. I know in Melbourne, Sydney, you have to do it with the governing board, but I'll have 3 or 4 shows in Queensland first, and then I'll prove them it's safe what I'm doing. Then I'll get a sporting board license, a promoter's license, and I'll go to Melbourne first because I've got a big network in Melbourne, but I want to go all around Australia.
Nice.
And then I want to go worldwide. It's all about getting the message out, and the end goal is to sell it to someone like a UFC company or something like that, and then just have royalties and be able to be a part of it.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome, man.
Always think big.
You have to.
I'm always think big, and it's everyone like. As soon as I started saying about it, I had so many people saying, "Oh, you can't do this. You won't get insurance. You won't be able to do this with the pit. You won't be able to." If you haven't done it, don't tell me. Please don't tell me 2 things you think they could go right about it. You can tell me 1 wrong thing, but give me 2 positive things. It's like so many people and their mindsets kills me.
Yeah.
Out of the top level fighters or mindset for business, it's all about mindset, positive stuff. Different conversations.
It's when people think their opinion.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't matter, but
Hey, they can tell me, but I mean, give me a negative thing. Okay, you won't be able to get insurance. That's fine. But you know what? It'd be very entertaining and it's good cause. Give me some positive feedback as well. Like there's so many people that are so quick to shut things down, and I just smile and laugh. You don't know me. I make things happen. I find a way. I will find a way. That's my mindset. That's the good thing about fighting as well. I tell people all the time. I wasn't the best fighter. I wasn't the best boxer, but it teaches you to train something hard for. You know what? You could fight the best dude, lose, and you have to dust yourself off, get back to the drawing board and go again. Don't be scared of failing.
Yep.
It teaches you resilience, you know, and that's what I failed. I had an IV business recently. I failed it because I went 50-50 with a business partner, had 12 staff from Sunshine to Gold Coast. We were just about to start franchising it, and then we just couldn't agree on the way the company was going, and I'm not going to talk bad about her. She's going through a breakup with her husband, and I just gone, it's not, your values aren't like my values, and I can't do this anymore, and shut the whole thing down. It cost me 9 months of my life, and I was working 16 hours a day. I was making money. I was about to franchise it, and my missus cracked the shits too. She's like, "Why are you giving it all away?" Didn't give it away. I stand
moving on.
I'm moving on.
Yeah.
I can't be a part of something that I don't feel like I'm valued, and that I just couldn't do it.
Well, it's a lesson, really. Eh?
It's a lesson. So I'm never 50-50 with anyone ever again. It was a good lesson to learn.
Yeah.
I was depressed for like 2 months after that. I had to just put things aside and just work on my mental health by training more again, and not worrying about business, just cut back on working and build myself back up again.
Just learn and go again.
That's take another risk.
That's it. So we'll finish off with a couple of rapid fire questions.
Always.
So first thing that comes to your mind, what was your go-to song to hype you up pre-fight?
All the Way Up.
Okay.
You know that one?
Yeah. Nice. First thing you do before a big moment?
Wim Hof.
I knew that would be your answer. One lesson fighting taught you that you use every day?
One lesson. Ooh, that's a hard one. Just show up for yourself, and don't stress. Be in the present.
Nice. Most underrated skill for a fighter?
How to stay calm in a stressful situation. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
I'm very calm when people are angry or whatever, just because I know I can defend myself. I know I can protect people around me.
Being calm in the chaos.
Calm in the chaos.
Your go-to supplements? I don't know, there's a lot.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, my favourite one is methylene blue.
Okay. Yeah, you tell me about that. Yeah. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, you can. It just helps oxidize your blood. It's just helping me with cardiovascular and helping me with blood flow. See me, I'm trying to get my missus pregnant, so wake up with them morning glories.
Yeah. Go-to recovery method?
Ooh, I'd go ice bath or cryotherapy.
Nice.
For quickness, for long, hyperbaric chambers has always been my favourite. So you lay in it for an hour at 3.5% pressure and it's 100% oxygen. It's my favourite machine, but they're expensive, and the issue is time. Sometimes you don't have an hour or two to lay in it.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done yet. One of the guys up the coast has got it in the cryo one across the hallway from us.
You can get one from China. I'll talk to you afterwards for you. Okay. I've got one at my house.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, okay. I had it set up at Fifth Wave, but I was too busy to make it like a little business out of it. I was renting it out at one stage up at another business, but then she had, I don't want to say her name as well. I don't like talking bad about people, but she gave me access so I could see who was booking out so I could get paid. We're going 50-50, and she locked me out of the system, and I couldn't tell, so I got it back off her. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Trusting people is hard.
Do you want to talk about your other one at your house? Or
tanning one? Yeah, I've got a tanning business at my house. It's a grey area. You're not supposed to have a tanning bed at your house. But it's all right. I've got Tanning Brisbane. Yeah, okay. It's a calarium. So my opinion why they banned them is because they give you vitamin D. That's the what happened is when I brought it, I got blood tests earlier, and then 3 months later I was using it heaps and my vitamin D levels went through the roof. So I start the day doing 10 minutes because you're supposed to have some sort of sunlight before you have caffeine. Yep. It's a game changer. Okay. And everyone looks a bit better when they're tanned. Definitely. Not everyone. Yep. Some like gothic and white girls really pull off that white.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Advice you'd give to 18-year-old Ryan?
You're on the right path. Just keep going. You'll soon realise everything will make sense when you're older, because everything didn't make sense to me when I was younger. Like I had ADHD, I didn't really fit in any groups. The right people will come in your life. Yep. Be around the right people, because it's easy to hang around the wrong people.
And we'll finish it off with, what does success look like to you?
That's a hard question. think I answered this before. Living life on my own terms and being able to impact as most people in a positive way I possibly can, and being remembered for the person that's changed your life.
Yeah. That's definitely agree with that, and it's great.
Yeah, it's hard. It's so hard to live on your own terms. But because I lost my mum and my brother, it's time over money, and I want to impact as many people. My mum was really good at bringing everyone together, even because my dad had kids from different people, and we wouldn't see dad, but she'd bring us all together, and she'd bring all our friends together. She was really known for bringing everyone together for like family things, and so I want to do it on a big world level. Yeah. I want to bring communities together. Yeah.
And I think you're doing a really good job at that. I think that's a good way to...
Goosebumps, sorry. Yeah.
You're right. I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Ryan, for the chat today. Was there anything else you wanted to plug?
Just follow One Round Wars.
Yeah.
If you're keen to fight or tell us your story, get on board. With a new...
Are you on YouTube yet?
Yes, but just started posting.
Okay.
But mostly Instagram and Facebook, One Round Wars or the Smart Aussie on Instagram.
That's your own personal one?
Yes.
Yep.
But I pretty much collab with that anyway, so you can hit me up on any of them.
Yeah, cool. And then with that, the merch as well?
Yeah, there's a merch link. I'm not too worried about making that money on the shirts and stuff
if you
yet.
want to support.
Yeah, if you want to support, click on the link on my bio on One Round Wars or the Smart Aussie, Ryan Brown, and you can buy a shirt.
Nice. So you've got the polos and then the
training
shirt.
Singlets, we've got normal shirts, and we're going to do quotes with it as well, like "You're enough," and we've got a lot in the works.
Nice. Yeah.
It's all about getting the message out there first, though.
Very busy man.
Yes.
Thank you again, Ryan, for the chat today. If you found value in today's episode, the best way to support the show is by hitting subscribe. It helps me stay motivated knowing this content is providing value for you, and this keeps the episodes coming. You can follow along on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and Facebook at Coach's Corner Podcast. Thank you to anyone that listens. I appreciate your time, your attention, and your support. And thank you again to Ryan from One Round Wars for the chat today. Catch you on the next episode of Coach's Corner. Thanks, guys.